started. We're going to talk about a resource that we're really excited about. It's Great First Aid. Ooh, the suspense. The main author, well, I guess, publisher, author, all the above, is Nell Duke, Dr. Nell Duke out of Michigan. She's phenomenal. We've been following her for years. She was the main author of the Literacy Essentials for the state of Michigan, so she has all of them. They go through 12th grade. You can see the different components here too. It's aligned to standards. It represents all kids. It updated ongoing basis, which is really nice. So she looks at the sciences of reading, and I have never run across a curriculum like this. What she does is, let's say there's something on vocab that comes out. So right now, the world is moving fast, and it's hard to keep up with the sciences of reading and the research behind it. But what she'll do is, if there's any research, she'll take out that part and put in the new part. So it's constantly updated based on the latest research, the sciences of reading, which is really cool. It has a scope and sequence, and it includes all the curriculum and also the PD, and also you can see it comes 50-50 English for those kids that are MLLs. Some other highlights when I look at the curriculum is it sits under a science and a social studies umbrella. And so all of, even the literacy and math components are all interdisciplinary units, which you'll see, and that's really, really cool too. So science and social studies kind of encompass all the units. The family engagement is phenomenal. So when we, get Great First Aid, if we get Great First Aid, we have to follow a lot of their curriculum outline, their family engagement. And so some of the things that are outlined on their family engagement are the teachers talking to families that pick up and drop off, weekly messages, phone calls, seesaw. All the teachers have to use a seesaw family component of it. Family teacher conferences, feedback on work, school community events, opportunities to volunteer. They also have, it's called Beyond the Wall visits. So individual visits to families outside of school to kind of meet and greet. Project overviews for families. So prior to any of the units, there are overviews that the teachers need to provide the families. The kids also participate in a children's portfolio through the year, and that's also a requirement. And then also they call them family studios. So get-togethers in which families learn with one another and the teacher about ways to support their kids at home with the academics. Those are really great things, and they're not ifs. They're like, if you're going to do Great First Aid, these are the ways we're going to engage families. Also, they outline curriculum night. How we support students with special needs is all implemented. Implementation support, they have an assessment outline that teachers will follow. Standards alignment, on-site support, along with professional learning. So they will come to you and provide on-site support in the classrooms. And then also, I really appreciate that they require the leaders to participate in professional learning as well. So district leaders have to participate, and principals have to participate and learn about what's happening in the classroom. These are some of the units, and it's interesting that we were talking almost like farm to table before. I saw that one of Jeff's units is farm to table. These are the 8 project-based units. So again, it has that real science, social studies feel. I did pull up, just because we were talking kind of farm to table, and some of the things that the kids do in that unit is they grow basil indoors, and they provide the ingredients for pesto that they make. And if they want to substitute another herb or a plant, they can. So you can see even this research they're doing, even at such a young age. They also design a placemat for their food, and that the families will enjoy, and information about where all the foods come from. So that's just kind of a snippet from the farm to table. Each unit has 20 different lessons that they do. And then Scott, if you'll go one more. This kind of gives you an overview of the day. It's very heavy in play-based structure. That's the day, it's play-based structure. That's so much research behind it with the kids. So it's not just a free-for-all, it's, here's what we're going to do. For example, one of the play-based parts of the classroom are a construction site, and they want all of the kids to be there. Girls and boys learning about engineering skills, so STEM is in all aspects of the day as well. And then you can see Move It. I will mention that there is one kind of bigger time that we will insert our special areas into. So you don't see special areas in there, but junior kindergarten will be doing music,
Oh, they will.
Spanish, PE, and art. And she knows that, so she just has a chunk of time where you'll put that in there. But you can see centers are part of it, they have a community gathering. She makes sure that kids are moving, they're learning the basics of math. Sciences of reading, that's what Nell does. So the sciences of reading are throughout the whole day, which is so powerful because it's not just a literacy block. You have full access, so I'm going to pass this around. What you'll do to get full access to the curriculum, family components, everything, is you just self-register using this online component. I think I would use your Forest Hills email, just so, they recognize it and open it, but they will, open the site, meaning that you'll have full access. You'll have your own login, you'll establish through them, and you can see all aspects. So you would be able to see what curriculum nights look like, you'd be able to see what the family supports look like, and also the curriculum. If you do run into any difficulty while you're in there, just let me know.
Okay.
I love that the end of the day is clean up and peace out. So there are some really, really cute components of this curriculum.
Remind me again, how large will the classes be? Ish.
So in concept, we would like them to be smaller than kindergarten,
Okay.
because we recognize that this is a younger, potentially a younger group of students. Again, we're gonna make some recommendations, whether parents, they may have different ideas, and that's okay. But the idea would be that these would be younger, they would be smaller than our traditional kindergarten classes.
Okay.
And hopefully with some additional support is the thinking right now.
Yeah.
The required centers are construction site, creation station, imagination station, investigation station, puzzles and games, and a cozy corner. So those are the parts of the room that we have to have for the different centers. So it's really nice because it involves everything for us to be able to design a really great junior kindergarten experience that will build into what they're doing in kindergarten and not necessarily be repetitive in nature. One next slide, Scott. The people in the larger fonts are the people that really were invested in looking at the different curricular materials. We made sure we had people from, like Avery is our early childhood specialist that goes to our MDE meetings. Bria Hanks, for example, is our behavior specialist. Laura is from the ISD, and she is the head of Grade Start Readiness. So since some of our schools had that, we wanted to make sure not only were we aligned to kindergarten, but also thinking preschool experiences as well. And then Mel Hooksma is our principal on board that looked at it. But in addition, the people at the bottom have also looked at it. Lisa and Mitch being our other principals, and then we have started to solicit feedback from kindergarten teachers. So each of the schools has a whole folder of all the materials, and they've been giving feedback to us as well. So kindergarten teachers are aware. Questions?
So I think about logistics.
Yes.
So are these classrooms, I think about all the different centers that have to exist in that classroom, and it feels like a lot of space, right? So are they in one of the traditional classrooms that are already, like Nat Forest, for example? So they're in one of the classrooms that's in one of the neighborhoods, not like the preschool classroom? Okay.
They'll be in one of those classrooms. I think it'll have a real similar feel to kindergarten.
Yeah.
A lot of our teachers have that, but I think it'll be more play-based.
Okay.
In kindergarten, being that you have to have these areas.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of what the overall curriculum does, they'll be utilizing some of those areas. Like math marbles, sometimes obviously they're getting some explicit instruction from the teacher, but then they're also going out into those centers to like practice those moves.
So when we purchase this curriculum, if we purchase this curriculum, does it come with the materials that you need to build the construction center? Or is that just like a list of suggested things?
Those are the things that we would have to purchase.
Okay.
The kit itself is $3,500, and that's like the curriculum part and some other aspects, but the construction site, those are the items we have to provide. We're kind of taking tally on things because we have a lot at our buildings,
Okay.
and so we don't need everything there, but I'm sure we need some things
Okay.
to launch us off.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay.
There is, when you log on, you can see, you'll have access to even have
So
like
there is a-
recommendations and what you need
Okay.
on it as well.
So it is a really inexpensive curriculum
It
as
is.
far as curriculums
It
go.
is. She wants it accessible to all.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a, a mission, and so yes, it's very inexpensive.
Okay.
The professional learning is a little pricier. You have to do the implementation of professional learning with them. They don't let you just take their curriculum and go, which is great to have that support. So that runs about, I think it's 15,000 for our whole program and all of our teachers for the whole year
Okay.
with support, on-site